So now I'm going to try to draw the glomerulus, okay? And I'm going to point out some important parts. So give me a sec. It's going to take a while. So these are the mesangial cells. Okay, they're in between. And these are the podocytes, okay, around it. Yep. So and let's cut it like this. And basically we can have like two options. So this is a normal one. And this is glomerulonephritis, okay? And if I will cut it like this and make a part of it, then let's say I'll get just one part like that. I'll make just 3 parts. Okay. And over here you got, this is nothing else than a endothelial cell, one. This is a second one. This is a third one. So these are 3 sections of one, let's say, coiled vessel over here. Here we got the podocytes. Okay. So they're covering it from outside. And over here you got the mesangial cells. Okay. So that's the ideal state. This is a normal glomerulus. Okay. Over here I could put if I cut it like this. So when I cut it like this, yeah, whatever I can put in. Let's say that I twist it around so you'll see just a part of the Baumann capsule. Okay. Yeah. That's the healthy one. Okay. And now let's get to a inflamed one. Okay. This is what I was talking about. This is the proliferative mesangium. Okay. So start right away from the mesangial cells, which will be like, there are going to be lots of them, much more. So, you know, it's getting like packed full of mesangial cells. Then we can again play with this. So there's going to be okay, and here's another endothelial cell. Okay, another one. and another one. But what is important is that the podocytes if we're talking about, if you talk about any immunocomplex glomerulonephritis, the thing you should remember is that they have these, let's say, storages of immunocomplexes, or you call them humps. Yeah, humps. So these are humps. So it's not beautifully lining, there are humps of immunocomplexes and everything. And also what you see here, guess what? It has a polysegmented nucleus, so it's the polymorphonuclear. So neutrophils are over here. And what you more see is, guess what? You see, if this is the, I was supposed to make it, let's say this is the capsule around it. Maybe I should put it like that. I'm not able to fit it because it's inflamed, you know, so it's there. But anyways, what you see over here is, look at these dysmorphic, they got through into the Bowman's capsule and out to the primary urine. So these are the dysmorphic erythrocytes which just passed through. And not only that, but also look at that. I guess I'll make it green. And also here. And this should be 1,000 times smaller. But it's not, it's just 2 times smaller, but normally it should be, it's this. What's that? That's albumin. So you got an albumin here, and now I'll make it big. I don't know if this is 1,000 times bigger. This is the dysmorphic erythrocyte, okay? So this is 7.5 micrometers. This is 7 nanometers, or I'll make it in green. But anyways, you're losing all of these. Okay, so albumin and all other kinds of proteins and erythrocytes and many other stuff. We talked about lipiduria in a way, but this is important. You should remember the expansion. That's the proliferation. That's why this is glomerulonephritis. You should remember the humps. Humps are crucial. Okay, so those are subepithelial immune complexes. Okay, so they're, because these are, you talk about the podocytes as epithelial cells, okay? All the podocytes, okay? So these are the subepithelial humps. So storages of the immune complex, and complexes are also in the mesangium and everywhere. And maybe I should turn them in black because these are not nice cells. Okay. So this is an inflamed glomerulus. And that's the difference. Okay. But watch out. We're still going to talk about maybe good pastures. And that's not immunocomplexes. That's a second type hypersensitivity reaction. Remember, good pastures is a special one. It's the IgG against the glomerular membrane, okay, directly. And because of that, it looks a bit different. It is like a smooth lining, you know. There are no skip lesions. It's a immunofluorescent microscope. It's like smooth lining. Everything is like shining smoothly, okay. So that's good pastures. But in most of the, if the disease is about immunocomplex reactions, which is a hypersensitivity 3 reaction, then you're going to have these humps in most of the cases. Okay? Good. Remember this all the time. Think of this. Okay? Another thing to remember, and I'm going to already jump forward, but because we are at the structural part of this lecture, I want to stress it over here. The important thing I want to stress over here are crescents, formation of crescents. And this is typical we're going to talk about it in rapidly progressive glomerulonephritis. Okay, so rapidly progressive, I guess all of you can understand this happens really fast. In few weeks, days, weeks, you can lose the function of the kidneys. And this is a very fast process. And when you find out it's happening right now, you have to use high doses of corticoids and everything to suppress this inflammation, okay? Because otherwise the patient will lose the kidneys, okay? And how are the crescents formed? Or you can call it crescentic glomerulonephritis, okay? And there are many causes where the crescents are formed, but it depends how many glomeruli are impacted by these crescents. And then you can tell the severity of the problem, okay? But remember, typically, we're going to talk about it in diseases or in causes as anti-glomerular basement membrane disease or ANCA-associated glomerulonephritis, lupus nephritis, Hennig-Schönlein purpura. We're going to talk about all of these, and IgA nephropathy. In certain amount of patients, it gets really wild, and in certain percentage you will see this crescentic glomerulonephritis, so like fulminant form, okay? The more crescents are there, we could say the worse prognosis. And how are these crescents formed in the RPGN and the rapidly progressive glomerulonephritis? Well, it's about a rupture. These capillaries rupture in the glomerulus, they rupture, and now they bleed into the Bowman space. Okay, so you got blood there, you got erythrocytes, you got fibrin mesh over there, you got leukocytes, and all of these, they get stuck over there, they get organized, and moreover, they stimulate proliferation of the epithelial cells in the Bowman's capsule, okay? Typically of the visceral epithelia. So this rupture and blood that is accumulated in the Bowman space triggers proliferations of the epithelial cells. And all these together, they form a crescent. So you can call it a cellular crescent, okay? This is the typical thing you see in RPGN. And you can see the crescents very easily on the light microscope, okay? So with the hematoxylin eosin staining, you will see a crescent over there. Okay, so to draw the crescent, it looks like this. I'm going to draw it now with the red. So look at that. So you see a crescent over here. Okay, that's a crescent. So that's what you see in the light microscope. Remember the term crescent or crescentic glomerulonephritis, or also a synonym in a way. That's the rapidly progressive glomerulonephritis. Okay? Good. So, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell. And as always, check the description below for supplementary questions and other materials.